Welcome back to some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Last time we left off because my computer was about to explode from the heat. Now we are in a much nicer, cooler weather. Still glowing angrily at me, but whatever. So we'll give this another shot. Shall we? So we had gone into the police director's office and we were looting it for everything it's worth. I suppose I don't divulge my feelings.
There you go. On you.
Oh lordy, I need to pull my chair up. Hold on. Let's pull it. Just send it. It lowers itself. It's the real deal, isn't it? Simon used weapons.
Sure is, pal.
That is not his voice.
Alright. Sure is, pal. Chief doesn't care for invitations.
That's the pipe organ, now this armor. How many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? We were paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. Icon. I don't have any taxes to pay.
Shh, be careful what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding his armor as we speak.
I don't think he's been there.
Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Boy, loads of Freddy's. But no, you don't know how skewed a guy can be.
It's a safe, isn't it?
Safe. Word is alright with intrigue.
Okay, so. Looks like a code needs to be entered in the panel to open it. 17. I don't know what it is.
You know what it is?
I have a hunch.
Oh, I know. You want to try my birthday? It's...
Better idea. Here goes nothing. Bingo. What number did you enter?
Whose birthday was that, pal?
777 7777. Final ID card number on that record. What? Number the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day.
You mean 777777? That ID number?
I think you're 17 shy this time. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gaunt's ID number. Say, you don't care to look inside?
You have any money there? How much do you have stashed away?
Look, it's a
Sure from broken cup.
something looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's something else in here too. What's this? Looks like a piece of leather cloth. This is a handprint, right?
Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once.
You think the chief made up the design?
Chief made up the design?
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, well, I thought it was just a thought.
Is that it? That's what was in the safe?
Apparently so.
You know.
It's a cloth with a handprint on it and a broken shard from a cup.
Looks like a piece of evidence.
Yeah, but unless you prove there's something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on line here.
I have to prove their relevancy to them. These two items relate to the SL. Come on, there's gotta be something we can show the detective. It's a gumshoe. Can you have another look at this jar?
Remember when the three of us put that together? Oh, those are the days.
I'd really be nostalgic. Was this jar a piece of evidence in a case?
Right, one of you shards in the SL9 sticker on it.
Does this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found?
And this one was in the safe?
Yes, that one. That was in the safe.
No, you mentioned it. It's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits.
Let me see that shot. I'll take a crack at this.
Good pal, it's just what a rookie do.
Right, here's some glue. That okay? She can't knowingly hiding evidence. There, fits like a charm. That of course means Chief Gaunt willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SNI incident.
But, hey guys, get a load of this. This piece is attached. It's different from the others.
There's a reddish line on it. Line. It's blood.
Don't get it. Why would Chief gone hide us in the safe?
The cloth, I don't know. Which size Chief Gun's desk? What was here earlier? What was reading?
Like a list of evidence. In most cases, this one twice as long as this though.
Look at the case name.
Huh? It's a line incident. What's doing here?
Hold on, detective. What did you just say?
Said I wonder what.
No, about the evidence. It's normally they're twice as long.
Right, I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence.
What size? Just an evidence.
Seems too short. The rest of this is around twice as long.
What would the other half of this be doing? I knew it. The chief must be hiding something about that case.
How so?
That day too. Major Dark ran out the questioning room and killed Emma.
After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture of him. He went along with Chief Guard to question Drake, but never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later.
What do you think? Was it empty? This one wandered out into the theme park. I need to present one more piece of evidence. Can I present...
We'll take some fingerprints.
Where was your detective?
Oh, sheesh.
Why are you sticking out your hand like that?
Good, took my fingerprint.
It's not your fingerprints I want to take. Another coffee found in the safe.
Oh, I need a one without print on, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humour?
Check the prints. This one's good. Sure that this stuff isn't expensive. Emma Sky, it was you! You were the murderer! What could this be? Emma's fingerprints doing here. Hey, found a match. Whose fingerprints were they? Huh? Oh, I think the print's too old. Not clear enough to get a match. It's too bad. I thought it'd be Dog's fingerprint.
Psst, are you? What's going on here? What are the kids' prints doing inside a chief's safe?
Ask me.
Let's just keep this information from everything. Just go into this. Oh, was I any help?
Of course, thanks to your ID card, we'll be able to get some hard evidence.
Yeah, that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? Ah! She's gone.
We didn't think you'd be back so soon.
Watch, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking into my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. So I thought it was a certain detective. You mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Oh, you in the coat? Me, sir? Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But, sir. Now get out! Yes, sir! I know I did you then. Wait, you, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet.
Yes, sir?
Like a word with you.
But, sir, I'm not licensed to investigate that.
You with the spiky hair. You're free to go.
Mr. Wright! I'm not sure we should be leaving that old man with the young girl. I don't think that's it.
I've told you what's told you 1,000 times. Chief's office off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? Oh, you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. I've seen evidence Chief Gump's hiding in his office. I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. Why is she kept eerily silent about me all the time? Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth over things over with Chief again. Later, pal.
After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police want to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. Hello, Governor. Hello, Governor. Hello, Governor. Hello, Ray. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my Sisyphean attempts to beat a game that was, quite frankly, not that long and not that hard. I see. So the Chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. I was thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here. But I've already told you all I can. What you told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really, I think I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. No, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth is right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now it's my chance to tell me the rest of the story. Hello, Gremlin. How you doing? I'm not a gremlin. Stop that. I'm alright. I went out for lunch with my grandmother. It was nice. It was wonderful. We had cake. We complained about the weather. She recommended me some shampoo. She complained about Eastern Europeans. Completely unprompted. Thanks, Nanny. Very cool. But yeah. It was alright, you know, the toast was amazing. The toast was absolutely incredible. But now I'm here, I am returned, the weather has cooled, I am still blowing my fan into my face because I want to be freezing. We shall try and beat this game. I admit I was more than a little perplexed. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. Which is a worse spell? Way of holding on a wizard or PP of Rubik's? I mean, what do you mean worse? Because, with all due respect, the A-hole of holding is like, actually has tactical use. I can't imagine a PP of Rubik's Cube is in any way pleasant. I can suppose on a bar. Man, I don't even want to think about that. That's just a stupid question. That's just genuinely just a question that makes everyone who hears it stupid. That's a genuine stupid question. I'm sorry. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may persuade you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, may I ask, is this person you're speaking of? What I'm supposedly so frightened of? This person's name? Oh, Miss Guy? Mr. Wright, you're addressing the Chief Prosecutor. Don't forget your place. still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. He is respectable. And tell me something. Why are you trying to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what he did. Why is my throat so bunged up today? You know. I just feel so snotty. That's not right. Hold on. I need a drink. No fun. Plenty fun. It's done. You're done, boy. Okay, that should be better. Should be, hopefully. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offences. Why is it though that Chief Gaunt's name was never mentioned? Chief Gaunt? Edward didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation. Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gaunt. You intend to accuse Chief Gaunt. You need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gaunt falsified evidence in that case. I just found this in a safe in the Chief's office. Jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence only us on an instant. The person concealing the evidence was none other than Chief Gaunt himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touché, Mr. Red. It's as you surmised, I cannot disobey the Chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why not? Come now, Mr. Red, you can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate. Murder Detective Goodman. Perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. You dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. Murder weapon? You know Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck into it. Linus, so Joe Dark's knife. I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. Edgeworth's knife? That's right. He was already dead. My hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. That's the reason for the bandage on your right hand? Yes. It seems like I got blood in the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged a knife in. Star, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whichever means possible. So you hid Dark's knife? The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If it got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that. You wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. Exhausted by it. Right. Now I called my sister to tell her what happened, and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. Asked Emma. I didn't even anyone in the force know about this. Isn't everything being written down on transcript? Literally don't even worry about it. The guard in the back is completely deaf, after all. I know why Emma is so confident. Adelana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. Bad feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gaunt, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. Marshall? Why would you call him? I didn't investigator for the SNI incident who'd been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust, or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. What do you mean? Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things to his own. Disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He'd already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. The phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defensive attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Well, there's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. Down in the Chief's office 2 years ago. Finally, the plot's moving on. It's the defendant lawyer, right? But there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? Where's Emma, for that matter? It also seems as if there's happening behind the scenes. Edgeworth! Knowing you've already figured out. For the owner of the 7777777 ID number. I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. That number does belong to him, you suspect, and no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, he had. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, right? And Chief Prosecutor Skye will be found guilty. But she didn't do it! I figured you'd say that. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. First time he's ever listened. I'm just hiding something. The way we'll ever find the truth is to draw it out of her. Truth. Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. See you in court, right? This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief God has on her, it's now. There is no session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Woman loses when a prosecution forces a spoken statement. Before that, the police chief has a proposal for you. Can't. Phase into existence. Morning, folks. How's you doing? Hey, have you been back to the pool yet? Oh, I've been drowning them. Office isn't my work. Oh, that's a good one. I don't think I can top that. Don't mind me asking, Chief. Exactly what is this proposal of yours? Lana, to say the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. What? Having heard what she had to say, I feel like she should be granted her request. Yeah, just to save everyone a lot of time and trouble. What's this all about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Anna, I'd like you to put a muted end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against them. On February 21st this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No, Lana!
Objection!
Can't! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. Lana, Your Honor, hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. Prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I'd like you to render your verdict now, if you...
All defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. The request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. It appears as though further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. Can't be happening. This time his verdict is right. This court finds the defendant.
Objection!
1 moment, Your Honour. Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution has not proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. I understand it's a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut?
I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Garland.
What?
Putting on the fabrication to cover up your past mistakes? Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes.
Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy.
I thought so. Your Honour, the prosecution would like to change its first witness.
Oh, to whom?
As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hears her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm excited my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue.
I don't care what you think, Miss Skye.
The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it.
Very well, the court shall grant the prosecution's request. Okay with you, right, Mr. Grant? Worthy. You'll live to regret this. Mark my words.
Emma Skye, please take the stand. Edgeworth decided to take the horse by the reins. Now then, witness. Please state your name and occupation. My name is Emma. Emma Skye. Occupation? I'm Mama's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark, of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct? Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time.
Mr. Edgeworth, did you remember that trial considers the murder of Detective Goodman? The incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant?
Yes, it most certainly is.
Well, okay then.
You gave in fast. Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. Yes, the year has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. The young marshal rescued me. I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest.
Think you weren't harmed?
I passed out. I don't remember much.
Understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder?
That will soon become apparent, Your Honour. But for my own courage, considering his evidence.
Well, the defendants may begin this cross-examination.
In my sister's office that day. 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct? Yes, she was second in command under the then Deputy Chief of Police Guard. My sister, she was the best detective ever.
Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Guard and Miss Skye used to be quite the pair.
I believe they shared the same office. That's right. I always sit at my sister's desk. And dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play that day too.
The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day.
And I promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work. I came running in and took me hostage. A man? Yes, Joe Dark. Was a serial killer.
Joe Dark was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. Saw his chance, he fled the room, right? On fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. Must have been a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran towards Skye and Garnt's office.
There's a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened the door to have a look. That's when I saw him. Marshall rescued me. What's the prosecutor doing there?
That day, there were two people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall. What about Gant? Neil Marshall had just received the King and Prosecutor's Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. I assume that would also be why he was the first to run after Dark.
When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was just dead.
That's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in.
I don't really remember what happened then, but I'll never forget what I saw in it. Can you tell us about that? Marshall jumped on Dark just then the lights went out.
Lights?
Just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on, lightning struck nearby.
The electricity went out? Wait a minute. It was pitch dark in that room. You shouldn't have been able to see anything, right?
Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. That's when the flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind.
I see.
I told the detective about what I saw then.
Detective?
Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case.
Bruce Goodman. Victim. You spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago?
Yes. That's what's so scary about this trial.
You told Detective Goodman about what you saw?
Yes, but at the time the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture. Picture? Yes, I think you mentioned that before.
Mr. Wright, have you heard enough?
Picture the witness drew. I think that's a very important meaning.
Objection!
The list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. Curtis, would you mind if we add this statement to your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor. Oh, there's the picture, all right.
Objection!
Mr. Edgeworth. This little girl put all her heart in drawing that picture. And yet you would insist on denying its existence? Huh? Hey, I'm not a bad guy! All I'm saying is that as a prosecutor in a case, I wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold. So is the evidence just from just on an instant? Please turn it over, Your Honor. What? Ah! What's this? Yes, what is that?
Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew.
Dude, two men appear to be wrestling here.
Objection!
What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list?
Me?
When the prosecutor in charge to access that list. Huh? Lists. They're different. What? Here, Mr. Edgeworth. But the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other.
So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you.
What? What? Order, order! Miss Sky, why do you draw your picture at the back of such an important list?
Because that was Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor. Wait a minute. If this was torn in half, that means...
Your Honor. You're right, Mr. Wright. Your eyes are bulging from your head.
If the evidence is torn in half, it might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list.
Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth. Possible. Something wrong? You have to ask. Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing!
Imagine jump scare?
That thing! That thing that was dancing in the evidence room! Clearly, this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives. I guess it was out of scrap paper. Well, witness, please testify that this picture you drew 2 years ago.
Huh? Oh, yes, sir, Your Honor. What's wrong with Emma? You thinking about something when she was looking at that picture? nothing sensible about this. Nothing sensible about this child. So that's the picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was so bright, all I could see was shadows. But that must have been shows exactly what I saw in an instant.
Flash of lightning could burn such an image in your mind. So she was able to show us exactly what she saw. Well, I don't see any contradictions here. It shows Joe Dark about to murder prosecutor Neil Marshall. This may be our beginner's cross-examination.
No, I don't think it does. I think it does at all. Something was so bright because he was shadows. The time you didn't even know it was Mr. Marshall you'd come to your rescue? No, I couldn't see him clearly. The lighting was so bright, and I was knocked out to the floor. To the floor? Eric had a tight grip on me, but when Mr. Marshall jumped on him, I was knocked away. I turned around, and that's when the lightning flashed.
Just wish she wasn't there. What happened after the lightning flashed?
Hi, Jeb. Must have fainted. You mean you didn't see the actual murder take place? No, I'm sorry.
Objection!
Flash of lightning only drove off the darkness for a split second. Not only that, the trauma of the situation understandably caused the witness to faint. Do you really need to torture this girl any further?
What?
Hey, I'm not the bad guy here.
Anyway, this picture shows exactly what I saw in this.
Sorry for asking so many times, but you sure you drew exactly what you saw?
Of course, this is the exact scene.
Wasn't influenced in any way from your talks to the detectives. Are you insinuating you somehow manipulated memory, Mr. Wright?
No, of course not.
Which I managed to find out
My salary. I did this picture before I had anything from the detectives. I didn't think anyone's story would influence me.
Is that right? There's something that's bothering you about this picture.
Huh? Oh well. Strange. It is exactly the scene that's bringing in mind.
There's a contradiction here.
Objection! Objection! Objection!
You're saying there's a clear contradiction. I'm not seeing it.
Hold it! Hold it! Objection! Objection!
I'm stumped. Like, I feel there's something there, but I don't know what the evidence is to get to it.
Objection! Objection! Objection!
Yeah, I've got nothing. What?
Objection! Objection!
Isn't that complete loss? What?
Objection!
I suppose it was in like the blue badge here or something, I don't know.
Objection! Objection! Objection!
What would like be the thing that allows him to turn it over?
Objection! Objection!
Let me just look this one up. Because I'm really stumped. Wait, on this fourth thing, did I not already present the autopsy report? What? I could have sworn I already done that.
Objection!
Oh my god, I thought I already did that. Must have presented on a different piece. I had to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture of the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction. What? But I still remember just like it was yesterday.
Right? Perhaps it would be faster if you simply point out this contradiction for us. Oh, this picture contradicts.
Tip of the knife, yeah.
Take that!
Contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife the man is holding. Look closely, you can see its tip is broken. I don't have to look that close to see that, Mr. Wright.
So right, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? Its tip is broken too.
If I recall, the knife was broken off in the victim's body.
It's a clear piece of evidence that proved Joe Dark was the murderer. I'm afraid it's not so simple.
Objection!
And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem?
Not much really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back.
The victim was only stabbed once, and the murder weapon should not yet be broken! Ah! What's the meaning of this?
Objection!
Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand.
Objection!
Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. Right. What does it mean? The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered in the victim's body. The only possible explanation is that witness's memory is mistaken. That's why I asked so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time. She was sure she remembered correctly. there's no other way to explain its inconsistency.
Objection!
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Have you forgotten already? I've done something called falsified evidence. Bring up the nice road. All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. Ah!
Aw, feel free to sleep. I'm only going to scream and scream a little. Edgy wedgy that you We love edgy wedgy.
Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor,
Please allow me to once again go over the events that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office were holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King Prosecutor's Award at the ceremony, the Marshal questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Gaunt. During his questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie. I'm not lying. The man really was holding up a broken knife. It's true. There's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife. Well, the chance of there being two broken knives. Broken knife beside Joe Dark's. Everyone? Witness is this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw, can't just be explained away by simple observational error. Mr. Wright. In that instant, Emma really did see a broken knife. Assume then that she has some information about this other broken knife, so please feel free to enlighten us. Here's the real murder weapon.
Take that!
The answer lies in the past. 2 years ago. Right here inside this picture. This is a picture of the awards ceremony.
What was it, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's the broken murder weapon! Notice the award Prosecutor Marshall is holding. That's a broken knife! As we earlier concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood from this award.
Order!
The Marshal was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given his broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. This broken knife is the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. But that can't be! Oh, am I not Mr. Edgeworth? Because if the King of Prosecutors award knife was the murder weapon, then the murder and the victim would be reversed! What do you mean? I mean, this man raising the knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall! Oh! But the prosecutors was who actually died. It's true. Hang on here. Seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump into conclusions. Wait, I remember now. I remember everything. Just Edgeworth. Show me your evidence list again, please.
List? One with the picture scribbled on the back?
I knew it. This picture, I'm the one who drew it.
What? You drew that?
That's right. This wasn't torn in half the time I drew this picture. Imagine actually he's tough, strong man, but I feel there's something about him. Yeah, I think the power bottom is pretty accurate describing him, yeah. This time I'm trying so hard to forget the nightmare of the blue badger. The locked part way deep inside me.
That would be best if we would add this twist. Would you please tell us what you recall, Miss Sky?
Yes, Your Honor. I mix up now the blue badger?
This should be interesting.
I saw the man raise his knife. I panicked and rushed toward both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flash of light. That's when I saw the blue badger. I was in the room, but I sure saw his shadow.
Certainly most unusual.
Objection!
Try impossible! Chief Detective didn't even design him until this year. was this 2 years ago?
Well, the defense made up against cross-examination.
Stop, please! Please don't pursue this any further!
Lana, what's the meaning of this? Please remain seated in the defender's chair.
You can't do this! I've already confessed to the crime! Why can't you just leave it at that?
You Prosecutor Sky? We've already come this far. Too late to turn back. Silence! Defense now begins cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant.
Can I get into the corridor matter? Blue Badger! A blue badger! A monster for me on time. Except I don't think it was the blue badger.
Objection!
I think it was this. Great, what's coming in too? The mysterious blue badger was in fact this.
That's... what exactly is that?
I believe it's some sort of jar. Mr. Right, that doesn't look anything like the blue badger. It doesn't. It stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint? Viewpoint?
Take that! Objection!
Isn't how it's supposed to be this angle? I'm sorry, what?
Take that! Objection!
Give me a break, Edgeworth!
Take that! Objection! Take that! Objection!
And then I'm guessing 2 bots, yeah. I was thinking once every other stream, then they come every stream. Now they're coming twice every stream. They're coming with the audience almost.
Take that! Objection!
The fact that this bloody music is playing as well.
Take that! Objection!
Oh, shut up, man. I'm trying to get the angle just right.
Take that! Objection!
Hold on, let's pull up the website again. Did I not do that? Did I not do that? The big side down, rotated up. This is about right,
Take that!
apparently.
Objection!
Come on! That is exactly how it is in the picture. That is exactly how it is on the website music. You can't possibly make it look any more like that.
Take that!
Oh my god.
Objection!
Shut up, man. I'm working here. I'm working here. Does she say Dolly leave 5% of picks? Activate the gay genes in the gene. Hey! Give me a minute. Well, is there a Steam guide for this version? It's high quality 3D models. Let's sign up. I don't know what to tell you. I'm doing it exactly as you're telling me. Oh my gosh, guys, just figure it out for yourselves. I'm tired. I'm tired. I look it up and there's the first result is a Reddit page that says, anyone else want to punch a hole in the wall while trying to solve that Jarbly Badger puzzle? Basically, the margin of error is 0 on that puzzle. It means the game when you get the correct idea, but I'm getting angle 99% correctly. I have to get it perfect. I have to get this thing bloody perfect. Whilst listening to this awful song. Let's see if I can't pull up a YouTube video about it. I'm telling you, I already did that exactly. I did that exactly. Okay, hold on. This is it, okay?
Take that!
Thank God for that. Well, is this a miracle or what? Yes, a bloody miracle this game never got released with that kind of quality assurance. How could they do that to me? No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the blue badger. Well, everyone seemed to. Everyone seemed to quite a lot, actually. That seemed to be the one thing that was happening in this room. No, it can't be!
Order! Answer's proving his claim. The serious blue badger witnessed on the day of the crime and actually exists.
Although we all enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point?
I mean, so the badger thing was actually just a jar. That doesn't change anything.
Objection!
I'm afraid this is where you're wrong, Mr. Edgeworth. You see, this changes everything.
Indeed, very well then.
Please tell us. What's different now that we know the witness saw this jar? Let's take this in turn. At the moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. Very specific angle, I might add, Mr. Wright. Yes, well, knowing this, where could she have seen this jar?
Where?
Location of this jar is shown in the picture taken on the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gaunt.
Objection!
But the body was found laying near Lana Sky's desk. It was testified to herself.
Objection!
Yes, and it's these two facts that reveal what actually transpired. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana Sky's office. And on the other side of the room, Chief Gaunt's office.
Objection!
Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body from Damon Gaunt's office to Lana Sky's office?
Yes,
Why would you do that? There's no reason.
exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through the trouble.
The only logical conclusion
Is that there was a reason.
what the reason was, Mr. Wright?
I finally figured out. This is why Lana tried to stop the trial. Too late to quit now, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. The next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what would have sent the jar flying?
It would have to have been the impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me draw your attention to this picture once more. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf the jar was sitting on, what would he have hit?
Suit of armor, holding a very sharp and dangerous-looking sword.
That's a spear again. Yes. And since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, he would have to be Neil Marshall, wielding the King of Prosecutors trophy.
Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking.
Yes. There is another possibility of what actually transpired in that room.
Possibility?
Of course, the perpetrator had no idea, but nevertheless. I don't know if I can go through with this.
What
The events took place, the defense theorizes the outcome is obvious. In that moment, assuming the man Emma Sky knocked away was actually Prosecutor Neil Marshall. I mean, Mr. Marshall died because of me. She sure likes fainting after killing Marshall a lot, doesn't she?
I never would imagine the testimony would lead to this. The witness who took the victim's life. and then prove so with her own testimony. It's unprecedented.
What? What are you saying?
I'm sorry, Miss Skye, but given the circumstances...
Your dog murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How do you think it was Emma? How dare you try to pin the crime on her?
Imagine that coming from you. Do you recall it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago? The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body was to keep anyone else from finding out about what Emma did, wasn't it?
I assure you, Miss Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have proof. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall?
Evidence?
I don't expect you don't.
Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove this with evidence.
If we don't have any evidence, I'll have to rely on testimony. I'm afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. So we can't get dead people to testify.
Well, goose chase from the beginning. Touché, Miss Skye.
Of course.
Only leaves us with one possibility.
You mean there's still another possibility?
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
I mean the possibility that the victim has left us a message. Better or worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. One manner or another. It's impossible.
Well, Mr. Wright, is the only possibility left to you? Message from the deceased. Does such a message exist?
Record. Remember his name that the victim may have left behind. It's in the evidence. It's a message from the deceased already in our possession. Mr. Wright, you still have nothing to prove my sister a murderer? Again, this is just manslaughter. In self-defense. Not in her right mind. In any decent court of law, she would get away with this so easily, especially as a minor.
Don't be mistaken, Miss Skye. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There's only one thing we seek. Truth. No matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Wright, you show us a piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased.
Message left by the deceased.
You battled from before, right?
Was it going to just speak the killer's name?
If they could, I'm sure it would.
It's just a jar. A message was left here, on the surface of this jar.
What do you mean?
You see a faint trail of blood in this jar.
Looks like someone wiped the blood away.
Yes, but notice. For some reason the blood in the fragments was not wiped away.
Yes, there's a line here, drawing your blood.
Just saying,
These dots were once lines?
Prosecutor Marshall did not die instantly. He used the few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message.
Well, that's someone apparently wiped away.
The blood must have seeped into the jar when lines changed directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent.
Right, what kind of message did the victim leave for us?
How these disdains will reveal us the answer. It's kind of hard to make it not spell out Emma, doesn't it? Yeah, that's not looking good, huh? That's really not looking good. I suppose the 623rd really was over. Like, yes, it was. I really wish I'd done something for that, because, you know, that's our girl. I didn't even know. Yeah. We've all failed our inference this day. Okay, sorry. Emma is definitely a murderer.
So this is Tony's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving money. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. So the final message Prosecutor Master left behind. All people. She may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Skye. You worthy, can't say I didn't warn you. You've can't. You understand the implication of what you've done? What? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in that case, were you not? Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used to forge evidence to ensure his conviction. Joe Dark really was a serial murderer, that's undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know? We aren't the defendants of justice. What? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up evidence of forgery, ultimately the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied.
Prosecutor's office? They might have sent an innocent man to his death. Like, how's that fun? What? What? In what context are you coming up with this phrase? What? The nervous pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is headed, no one knows.
Sorry, Joeth. Timmy's getting in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Got a lot of nerve, pal. Making a detective run around while on duty. Top it off, you could be it. I've seen happy people at funerals.
I take it Lana's having you run errands again?
Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial.
Evidence law? I was talking about this just the other day. Evidence law.
Chief Prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message.
Message?
She said, if you plan on taking him on, you're gonna need this book.
Him, just need to give the book a thorough read.
Doesn't look like the book could do you any good now, though. All that's left out is Chief Prosecutor's sentence.
Must be you're wrong, Detective.
Huh?
Haven't you figured out yet why I'm still sitting in a prosecutor seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me?
Mr. Ridgeworth.
The real trial today
Hasn't begun yet.
What?
What else is there left to do? Incredible, it's been all but ruinous forged evidence you're unaware of. In the sky found that she's unwittingly caused a man death. And now you're telling me you want to do more? You've got to be kidding me, pal!
Missing the point, Detective. Mama didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there.
What?
And expose him no matter what it takes. That was Dicky British. I'll be honest, I didn't even try. I just gave up the first step. I was like, how do I give him like an American beacon accent? And the first thing came out of my mouth was like, Stormy? It was like a rich dick accent, and I was like, rich copper accent. I was like, well, that's good enough for now. I think I can work with that. An accent that gets put out a lot, I suppose. Hello, what's all this then? I don't know, I haven't studied the American accent, I have to do it. I need to try that. He's hurt too many people, it's time to bring it to an end.
Court are now convened for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Mr. Edward? Yes, Your Honour? Inquiry Committee is planning for its harsh penalties for your actions.
Thank you for the news, Your Honour.
Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls for the witness, but, this isn't easy to say. See, there's some concern that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have, struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witnesses? I did just say that. It's just, you see, everyone's been talking, and...
Very well, Your Honour.
I have a solution. Solution?
That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defence to call for all further witnesses.
What? But there's no precedent for what you're proposing.
I believe this unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. Proof that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses.
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well, the defence accepts the prosecution's proposal.
It's settled. The defence may now call for the next witness. Mr. Wright?
You do realise this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. Defence calls. Time to bring out the real murderer. Damon Gaunt. The defence calls Damon Gaunt to the stand.
Damon Gaunt? What's he to do with anything?
As defendant's partner 2 years ago, Mr. Gaunt had first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it.
As I could have it, he should still be in the courthouse.
He'd also be the least likely to be manipulated by me in any way.
Wouldn't you agree, Your Honour? True. Alright, bailiff, please escort Mr. Gaunt to the stand.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
What is this, some kind of practical joke? I was just waiting lunch.
Your name and occupation, sir.
Worthy, are you sure you want to do this?
Your name and occupation.
Oh, want to play hardball, eh?
Oh, please, Mr. Gaunt.
Fine. My name is Damon Gaunt. I'm the acting chief of police.
Now then, Chief Gaunt, the court requests to hear your testimony.
Oh, righto. What's in the grim face?
Let's clear up this SL9 incident.
Oh, you mean that time the non-assistant murdered that prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already.
There are still some things unaccounted for.
Oh, like what?
Like the role you played in all this.
Son, either you're very brave or very foolish. You're aware, of course, that the police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons?
Sure, take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to.
What? Is it true?
Very so. Police has the right to refuse testimony.
Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks.
Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, this turns out to be a big waste of time. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Hey Jenny, why is the judge such a little scaredy cat? Because it's funny. Because it's really funny when the guy who decides who lives and who dies is a total doormat.
As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't hear either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Doc was arrested? Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. Emerson, Neil flying, it seems Doc bumped his head. Pretty clear cut. Chef is the right to testify. Made him hard and fast.
As I recall, if someone was held the police department that day.
Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic. After winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. That's probably what spooked Doc and made him run away like that. Was the defendant Lana Sky was suppressed in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Doc ran for it. Long story short, we slipped up.
You went after him immediately, right?
That's right, but Doc made it to the elevator first, so Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs. I guess you could say he got lucky.
What's this about power outage?
All that, the elevator stopped all of a sudden. I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil when that knife went in his heart, though.
So funny.
There was a found Lana there.
My brain so shrink that word. Yeah, I keep seeing SR9 as like a shortening of something.
Doc in sight. You know that serial killer lying in a heap on the floor, tangled together.
Doc was also lying close on the floor.
Yes, apparently his head knocked out. Next to these two poor girls.
I don't know.
Lana was cradling her in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must already know what her sister had done. Arranged the crime scene.
How can you know that?
Because the victim's body had already been moved.
That means had a body near Lana's desk.
That's right. Like you said earlier, my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor.
Yes.
Anyway, she had nothing to do with the forgery.
So you're saying the forgery had already taken place by the time you arrived at your office?
Exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt. Moving a body and hiding evidence is inexcusable no matter what the circumstances.
Write down. Anyways, would do you any good, Mr. Right? We're going to stare at anything. You better start off staring at the court record.
Pretty well, they were a small tool. Good talker.
Oh.
Objection!
That had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid there is a claim you cannot back up.
Explain yourself.
You have a piece of evidence found in your office. Take this list, for example.
Just some discard you a picture on.
This is what discovered in your desk. Not only that, the piece of this jar that was sitting in your office was found inside your safe.
On where?
You see, Chief Gaunt, the articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the legal investigation.
Chief Gaunt, what's the meaning of this? Oh, you're the defense attorney. You may even rival Worthy.
You admit it then? You were involved in the forgery?
Who, me? What do you mean, you?
You had everything to do with it.
Well, you're the one who stuck into my office when you found this evidence. Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto?
However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation.
Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives exempt from the law. I'm sure Dick will receive his due punishment.
What? She said her job safe further, they're not paying to work.
Yes, well, in light of the facts of his presence, please give us a testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office, and in relation to the forgery that took place at the crime scene. My, kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. He was an elf, jar fragment on the list. I know you could have planted him in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. I found after Dark was convicted, then they were worthless. No reason I participated in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Right. Sure enough. Investigating the crime scene. You should have been more careful to observe protocol. You understand I'm chief police, right? There will be consequences. You don't believe I'll press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief. Would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Please, well, you know. Alright, after you return, I know.
These guys are pathetic. Why is my phone buzzing so much? I guess people simply like my post. Which is great and all, but I'm busy, okay? I'm busy. I just turn my phone off on my stream. I'd appreciate if you stop making these ridiculous allegations.
You're born to win, don't got to do something like that.
What? Well, you know, back in the day, I almost broke into a Keller ranch and took.
Mr. Wright, what are you saying? I can't prove you didn't carry the evidence, did you? If you prove the contrary, you're going to need it later.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm talking about when Righto's prints are found. Yes, if they found inside my safe, they'll prove his investigation was illegal. When these pieces of evidence were discovered.
What do you mean by that?
It's all purely hypothetical, of course. I suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery.
Considering evidence found at a crime scene isn't forgery.
I'm not through speaking yet, Righto. What depends on when the evidence was discovered. If found after Dark was convicted, they're worthless.
You're saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation?
You're not, after all, it wasn't listed on the evidence list. We know, could have suddenly materialized the day after Dark was sentenced.
Oh, wouldn't that be convenient?
Right?
Chief is talking about a possibility, as long as you can't rule that out. Your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time. Something I don't know.
Up now, Righto, think about it. No reason I participate in a forgery.
How do you look me and say that?
Because I'm innocent. Remember? You always said I murdered Neil.
I'm murdered here.
The person responsible for Miss Marshall's unfortunate demise was in the sky. Well, now you see. You're into the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way.
Really, Chief Gant, at the very least, there is one large benefit you can reap from all this.
Oh, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit?
That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police. Resolution of the SL9 instance secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive.
Oh, that's a good one.
Huh?
You really think I'm that incompetent?
What do you mean?
Yeah, without that case, I was already in line to become next chief. Version of the SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little.
That's your Edgeworth?
Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway. You got one pointing that thing, or it might end up being the one pointed at.
Means
There's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery.
you can do it for yourself, then you do it for someone else.
Don't be silly, Worthy, you know me better than that. There are only 3 people in the world I look out for. Me, myself, and I. There, it's out in the open now. Archie, would you mind if I changed my testimony a little? It was accomplished since there's nothing in it for me.
Nothing in it for you?
Sorry, but the person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you better think again.
Don't feel sorry for anyone.
Be tough on crime and tough on people, that's how I was raised.
You lack stuff in yourself.
Ho ho ho! Oh, that's a good one, Worthy.
There's something in it for him. Selfishness. Would he have helped someone out? Sure, you may not help out anyone for their sake. Would it benefit you? You might decide to assist someone.
Right? If you're positively determined to betray the chief, there's a nice man who likes selling people a hand. I mean... Well then, this especially help Chief Guy may have helped forge evidence. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky? The defendant?
I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Your Sky fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Would have wanted to help more than her own sister, Lana. As for Chief Gant, he would also have reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit.
Self-profit? What do you mean?
After the SL9 incident was solved, Lana Sky was appointed Chief Prosecutor at the Prosecutor's Office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant.
But how would he profit from all this?
He'd be able to use the Chief Prosecutor as his puppet.
Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. You just told me, despite the Chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Oh, wait. You must mean puppet isn't someone to do his bidding. Admit it, Chief.
You assisted Lana Sky in forging evidence.
Your motive?
To appoint her as Chief Prosecutor so you could control her.
Righto, my boy, you have quite the imagination. Let me ask you something.
What?
You have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing?
Lana. Quiet to protect Emma. Somebody should testify against Gant.
Afraid without any proof, that all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture.
Unless that is also what happened in this instance.
This instance? Which one would that be?
Of course I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The Chief Prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone's been controlling her.
Worthy, you better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt.
What do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement.
What? Order! I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious! Huh? This is an affront to the highest rank officer of the law enforcement agency. You chief police of blackmail and murder? Impossible!
Your Honor, as we reiterating, Mr. Edgeworth said in easy to understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. Someone instead decided to go through this.
You prove this, Mr. Wright? The chief, a high-ranking officer of law, is involved in this murder.
Question.
Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gaunt's just a man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. See, alright then. Let's see what Mr. Rice has got, and it better be good. Criminals that cheat, try to keep good. Chief? It's me, maybe this boot to the head will knock some sense into you.
I'm doing very good, actually. Sorry, did I already submit that?
This is the ID card list.
Yes, the one that shows the evidence going into the evidence room on the day of the crime. There's one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of this day. 777 7777.
Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my ID card number.
It's your number.
What? How do you know that?
It's Chief Gaunt's office required a code to open. A 7-digit code.
7 digits, you don't mean...
I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7777777. The same as the remaining ID card number on our list. Chief Gaunt, you went to the evidence room on the day of the crime.
Order, order. Chief Gaunt, what do you have to say? Nothing. Preventive search of my office was in violation of regulations. I would demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Chief Gaunt, so you admit it? You went to the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? I'm Chief of Police. But this evidence room in the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want.
Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone?
I always go to the bathroom alone as I do with the evidence room.
Mr. Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he?
Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days.
Objection!
You hadn't seen him in days? Chief Gaunt, I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lion Sky's guilt.
No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gaunt met the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting?
Okay, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. To prove the victim went to meet Chief Gaunt on the day of the crime.
just a note. Item report. Sorry, I'm just looking up because I didn't save. The Goodman lost his ID at the car on the day of the crime.
We were accurate, Jake Marshall stole it.
Detective Goodman filled out a lost item report.
If I had to give that report to the Chief of Police. If you're in possession of the report, you can't be sure if you filed it.
He filed it.
How do I know you ask?
Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day.
Needed to?
Yes, to transfer the evidence out.
Oh.
Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then,
You accompanied the detective to the evidence room. Accompanied him?
there's no other way to murder Detective Goodman could have entered that room.
Hold on, let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the Chief of Police, murdered Paul Goodman.
Exactly.
But wait, the Chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. We just lent him his ID card. Yes, now you mention it.
Sorry, but that's not possible.
According to the record, your card was only used once. But you showed us your ID card earlier. You'd really lent it to Detective Goodman. It would have been found on his body.
And he's got a really explosive failure spray.
Chief Grant, you didn't...
The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would accuse the police department as place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted the line of the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting Mr. Wright. The victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did you manage to move it there?
I was police department the entire day, you know.
Everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Don't accept me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You had the entire police force at your disposal.
Oh, do you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey you, take the body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so.
Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need. Prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. I thought we'd just use a clue to take up space.
Chief moved the body. It's alright, show us the evidence.
The victim body, Chief Gant used this. Well?
Gee, maybe I'll use to move your dead body.
Huh?
How do you
Dispose of it. Dude! What are you talking about? I had a thing going.
What, a screwdriver? What does it have to do with this case?
Miss Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is the screwdriver doing here?
It's here because... Ah! I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. After the ceremony to the day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office.
But you did. Did Chief Gant ask you to?
You mean
The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car.
Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car?
Yes, unless of course you have another explanation, Chief. Unless you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case. There'll be one plausible explanation. Transport the body to an accomplice? Ms. Lana Skye.
Order, order, order! What's going on here? Is there room for rebuttal of defense's outrageous accusations?
Getting back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This is not a photo of the body being stuffed in the trunk to be taken away. It's exactly the opposite. It's a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Grant, please say something. I believe your time's up. Your time's up? Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get it going if we're going to make it in time for the birth special. But cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. What? That's not right to be casually evoked. There are certain risks to be considered. So you're going to just run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed all Goodman, that's what you're saying, right? But if you had any clues evidence, you would have presented it by now. Like, you think I had a line to dispose of the body? If so, you show your proof and get it over with. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. In regard to the current chief of police. Court will not tolerate any accusation against him without any concrete proof. Mr. Wright? What? Any concrete proof? If the Chief Grant murdered Detective me, Miss Sky disposed of the body? Concrete proof. Should I give something to show myself? No, Your Honor. At present, I have no conclusive evidence. Huh. Seriously? In that case, the court is forced to penalise you for your actions against the Chief. What? Listen, never gabble when you can't afford to lose, Righto. His Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, I'll leave the rest to you. Well, that was it. Ah! Lady Luck, maybe you should have a word with her. What do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial, and you had the honour of hearing her testimony. Truth and the witness. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. Chief Grant's already invoked his right to refuse to testify. Still someone else, one more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Somebody right in this very room. Good. Who is this person? Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling witnesses today. Right, does such a witness exist? What do you mean to tell the truth? The defense calls for Miss Lana Sky. Defendant? Miss Lana Sky? She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 on February 21st. Her task? Dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with a certain someone's orders. Sir Edgeworth? Prosecution, no objections, Your Honor. Very well, the court will now take its final recess for the day. 15 minutes we will reconvene to hear the defendant's testimony. The court is now... Hold on. Chief Grant, I thought you were going on speech. Listen good, Lana. Fucking Lana? I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there will be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. This isn't good. Of course, you'd never support such outrageous claims anyway, right? Just something to think about. Alright then. I've got a lunch date to meet. Okay, if there aren't any further objections, the court is now in recess. Oh, this is only been interesting. Looks like you managed to stay in the game. Thanks to your help, Edgeworth. But Chief, you're something else here, pals. The gumshoe. I'm not a detective anymore. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh, don't worry. I've already decided what work now. At your office. My office? Sure. I'll take your place that top little girl you used to work with. You mean... Maya? Still, it's like all that moves now. Chief's gone, done it again. Why does he always get this? First, the right to refuse to testify. It's all damn right. Remember what the judge said?
Chief, not right because you vote, so much to be considered. Risks.
What do you mean by that?
It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true.
He forfeits the right to say anything too. Ah, you okay? Yeah. When I came to, I was in the medical office. I'm listening to the trial from the gallery. I had everything that's going on. And I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. That was the truth. You know, it's funny. I just feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah. Now I finally know what really happened. I think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. She did it all to protect me.
And since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it's easier that way for her. What do you mean?
What do you think, Ming? Follow Chief Gaunt's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside. Forced herself to do anything and everything that Chief told her to do. That's why she became so cold. It's all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall.
Oi, don't go blaming yourself now. You won't blame anyone. Blame society, pal.
I may be able to fool everyone who's forgery. But he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see.
Well, better get back. It's time for the final act.
Emma, why do you like... No. I'm with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth.
Let's go, right. Time to end this.
You said it'd be... I just want...
Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, please take the stand. Miss Lana Sky, you're the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you.
But Mr. Edgeworth, I already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years.
Please provide the court with the testimony, Miss Sky. I remember, you're under oath. We want to hear the truth.
Of course. Truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister.
Tell me your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gaunt.
I think it hinges on your testimony. Any chance we have to get Gaunt? I worked alongside Gaunt for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dart convicted, nothing to do with Emma.
Are you sure about this?
Feel hot, but like my body's acting like it's hot. That's annoying. Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offence. Of course, I'm sure. But Lana,
It's true, then that means you've got nothing to do with this.
that's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you gotta help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. No, she's telling the truth. She's not. I know my own sister. If she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. There's no time to start second-guessing yourself.
Let's now begin this cross-examination.
Yes, exactly. Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then. It'll be 5 years.
Johnson, Detective Sky were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases.
Must have been good going to the same school as Mia. Even Gaunt was a respectable detective. That's why there's no truth to this blackmail theory. But think about it, Miss Sky. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Let me tell testimony you cannot present in court is useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Dr. Goodman with a knife. And I fabricated evidence 2 years ago all by myself. You decided to help your sister? No, Doc was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. What she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. I'm so sorry, but like, how can you say that after the Steel Samurai trial? How can you say that after the railings? Like, come on. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Oh no.
That's why I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago?
When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene.
So this all by yourself?
Yes.
Do you mind telling us what you found when you were at the crime scene?
Seems I was the first person to discover the scene. A broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body.
What?
Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's the only situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement.
You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark?
Something like that.
So then what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife.
Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. It's not how it went down, she's trying to cover up lies and more lies. Just to protect me.
So when you found a scene like this, what do you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to.
Yes. Broke off the tip of Dark's knife, plunged inside the wound and moved body.
You planted the tip of Dark's knife in the victim's wound? When you moved the body? But why? Why'd you do that?
You four people should know Edworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. It isn't that bad if I maybe should ask for the sake of others. When you showed up on the scene, what exactly was the victim's body? That's why you deduced it was by Chief Scarlet's desk.
But it was found by your desk.
Why did you move it there? The that is simple.
Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Sky moved the body.
These are the jar that shattered during events threatened my plan. These are the jar, you mean... Yes, the wretched jar you showed us earlier. I want to show that. Dark committed the crime. I felt it would be more expedient to move the body.
So when you first found the body, the jar was already...
Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would have clear right what happened. Your Marshall was dead, and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle.
I see.
What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. I have a feeling there's more to it than that. How could it have shattered, but also been written upon? I think that's a contradiction.
Objection!
Miss Guy, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister.
You mean a forgery at the scene when Neil Marshall was murdered?
If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. Contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right.
Problem with that?
Simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died. Ah. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar.
Order, order! Your Honor.
It would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar and its bloody message. You may be missing something critical here. Chief Prosecutor, seems you're in the dark as we are, about the truth towards which we're headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw.
We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well, the witness may now continue her testimony.
I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. It was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. Be safe. I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I got sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered.
You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood?
I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. And Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence.
Well, defense may now begin its cross-examination.
The jar was already broken? It's a miracle thing hadn't broken earlier.
Then looks to the defense's case.
What's the the judge's judgment?
You're an ace detective, you never missed a detail.
You would expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces. Well, I would have. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out.
So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar?
No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust.
Oh, that was my case.
Why don't you do that for me?
Did you do my makeup? Yeah.
Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was.
When it happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to raise the evidence. Must have been in a hurry.
I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came.
Rather shocking.
Be safe, I wiped away the blood. Maybe this action of yours reveals what really happened.
What do you mean?
You really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall. You wouldn't have wiped away the blood. What else could I have done in that situation? I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything but gather up the pieces. It's a large, so I'm sure I got them. And how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in that office. A detective is always prepared, Mr. Rudd. Even now, I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency lumina wherever I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. All I could think about was me wiping them clean before they were discovered.
You legally rearranged the crime scene?
Yes. I don't have any excuse for my actions. I'm so sorry, Lana. I didn't know. I treated you so badly all this time. What's my makeup?
The bond this instant. Regardless, the hit will leave a permanent stain in the history of prosecutor's office.
That's just simply untrue.
Objection!
This guy, I believe this jar conceals truth that even you were unaware of. What? You found a final piece of this jar in Chief Gaunt's safe. Chief's safe? But how? I knew it, she really didn't know.
There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it. But the witness just testified. I should get at every last piece and wipe the blood off them.
Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation.
On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gaunt got there before you. Or couldn't the defendant simply missed a piece?
Objection!
I'm afraid that's unlikely. These are too big for anyone to miss, let alone for an ace detective.
May well be, but I've all made mistakes. Even I was wasting an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along.
Objection!
Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. All that. There's no way a name could have been written on the shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. Hoping on referring to find this person as Chief Gaunt, at the time he was looking for Dark downstairs.
The question is, if you did arrive there first, why do you hide that fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer that?
No! Wait, I'm not the one on trial here. Edmund Gaunt arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposefully hid one of the broken pieces. Question, what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. Well, why would Chief Gaunt do that? In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gaunt's aid.
lending her his aid, Gaunt helped create the evidence that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma. And therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Sky became the Chief's puppet. No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the Chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client.
I guess you do seem the type that likes to twist the truth.
Wait a minute. Still smack dab in the middle of Gaunt's trap!
Nothing wrong, Mr. Wright?
Oh no. Maybe you're right after all.
What do you mean, right?
So you don't fertilize them, Mr. Wright? Miss Sky, please testify once more.
But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie.
I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Sky, if you will. I can't.
There's nothing to be afraid of anymore.
This convict examination may not change a thing.
However, there is a possibility it will if you tell the truth.
Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw.
Right, the witness may testify once more for the final time.
When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on a suit of armor sword. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. Had Chief Gaunt helped me remove the body from the sword and carry it. It all really was a fabrication. Emma might be innocent.
Believable! Body was impaled on the armor sword? You were the one who saw that. You only had proof.
Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning.
What? To me?
It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed.
I don't remember seeing a picture like that.
I must have known. See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you.
Very well, Mr. Wright, please present this picture.
I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana. Can we open it? Hey, there's a picture here! Oh my. This is the actual crime scene! No detective saw the crime scene like this, because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Mr. Wright! He's got out from his vest! Could that be... Oh, if you found inside Chief Gaunt's safe. What's this? It's a handprint, right? That cloth. That had fingerprints on it. Whoever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. What? Whose fingerprints? Yours, Emma. Why are you standing all purple, Mr. Wright?
Anyway, let's go with the cross-examination. So as long as you're able to tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. Well, sense for me going to
All there.
Come now, Aji. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen.
You've got.
What, now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? So I'd like to put a word or two of my defense.
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
What?
Rudy declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. Must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck.
Ah, so what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence is still talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. That's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't. But someone does. What? So, what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You have something to show us, right? Something that proves you knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death? Whose evidence that leaves no room for doubt?
Mr. Wright? I've shed a piece of evidence now. I'm assured we made out as the murderer. Right. Right, if you do anything, you'll be on one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. What do I do now? Be careful before to make one decision. That piece of evidence? Mr. Marshall? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
What? You lie! You've gone? You opened my safe! I know who took what was inside! Look whose evidence!
I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together.
Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you will present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gaunt? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice something odd about the chest area? Because that part of it's been cut out for some reason.
You mean you had this in your safe?
What? Is you the chief of police having concealing evidence? It's going to be the biggest scandal in the history of all the police department. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened.
You mean you admit it?
I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana.
So you really were manipulating her?
I knew Lana. Made it look like the blame lay with her sister. That when she saw the seed, she would ask me for aid.
You assisted Miss Sky?
I told her to arrange all the evidence. I'd help. I had to plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room.
Using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted.
And I tapped with the crime scene with 2 pieces of evidence. This is before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you.
2 pieces of evidence? You mean the items found in your safe?
Why? Insurance, of course.
Insurance?
I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I was about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. And you were calculating that far ahead or forging evidence? What do you take me for? A fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. Here's your fragment. That was the legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go ahead and wipe the blood off all the pieces.
Objection!
And if you fabricate all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message in this jar too?
Ho ho ho. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance.
In that piece of cloth.
Come on, Righto, cover it up already, I know you have it.
Waiting for Mr. Wright. So admit to then, Chief Gaunt, you were hiding the cloth you cut off from the victim's vest in your safe?
Yes, I admit it, I didn't want to have to do with that being cheap and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Mr. Wright, you have to save yourself. A moment ago you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Righto, you should have shown it then before it's too late.
Long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. The evidence now. But even if I did, just expose the poor girl's fingerprints. Right? Think hard over the circumstances. The circumstances? Look about then and now. Major difference. Think of that difference. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now.
Right then, let's see if this concludes evidence. This shows you actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
If I present the cloth, doesn't that just like incriminate Emma on the spot? Present the cloth. So we do present the cloth now, what? Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut that piece of the victim's vest.
Oh yes, at last you finally put it out to the open. Handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honour, prosecution requests this immediately sent to lab for analysis. The handprint on the leather must have been a strong impact, it's been left so deep. Could not have been forged. Must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Oh, your stony uptake is ever worthy. What? Think about it. Ryder would hold this tie to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? Do you know? Which fingerprints are on that? It's the right. Those fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Which fingerprints are they? Well, I'll tell you. Okay now, everything's protected. Emma Sky. Emma Sky?
What? The mine? I'm sorry, Emma. Why? Why didn't you tell me?
Oh, you're really something, Righto. You just did it all along. You still tried to pin the murder on me. It's true, tragic but true. Well, really did shut Prosecutor Marshall to his death.
How could you? You monster! Sky, you used fingerprints that were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Sky, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet.
Ah, but I'm afraid it's a trial. Oh boy, not its trial, but your career too. You'll purposely conceal this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charge after the defense is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy! What's the matter, cat got your tongue? Gonna tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer?
Before I do that, just one little thing I have to clear up.
Oh? And what's that?
Particular Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
What?
Chief Guard, you're absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask?
Sky, wasn't it?
I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction.
What? A contradiction? What's this fool babbling about?
I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is.
It's the right piece of cloth. I'll possibly contradict.
Aren't you tyrannical Rainan's here? Oh, the piece of evidence contradicts this cloth. Oily hand. That's gotta be the photograph, because it shows his blood splatter, right? Crispy, this is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. Given the piece of his vest is cut out?
Yes, should have shown underneath. Let's make out with all the blood in his vest, though.
Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs are no doubt punctured, but pulled out of his mouth.
Oh, but that piece of cloth.
Wait.
The blood on it! Ah!
Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time.
Oh no, this is nonsense!
Now then, Chief Gaunt, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he shoved aside. Looks like his head on the ground and was knocked out. So, then tell me, who could it have been? Could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the arm of the sword. Then, to make it look like Prem was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar they left and broke on purpose, leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what she admitted only moments ago? That she personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest? Ironic, isn't it? With the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. No! It's finally all over.
That was close, Righto. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to abandon it. I refute your allegations.
What do you mean you refuse the allegations?
You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence.
Order, order.
What nonsense is this? Legal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Archie? The old Righto concealed this piece of cloth. Well, that's true. Holmes did refuse to present evidence. Moment, the piece of cloth seems to be legal evidence.
It's not fair!
You actually think you best be in court? It's like last after you, son. Mr. Gaunt's claim is legally correct. Mr. Edgeworth? True. The evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Questioning, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright?
Last. Time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. I admit, I refused to present this at one point.
Aha! The evidence is illegal!
Objection!
There it isn't, Mr. Gaunt.
Huh?
It's not that I didn't present the evidence back then, it's that I couldn't.
What do you mean? Couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved in presenting evidence.
No, Archie. Don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe.
Objection!
There is only one issue that's left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not?
Well, so this one's full. How do you refuse to present evidence? Prove your point. It's no violation of law, then do so now.
Take that!
This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law.
This?
I done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more.
What?
You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself inside your safe. Goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department. Rule number 2. Unmentioned evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at that time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SN9 incident.
What? What kind of nonsense is this? What's relevancy? Just take one look at his picture and...
Objection!
Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented?
I was shown only a few moments ago. Oh, you're right.
At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gaunt. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Once more, the day of the crime, you personally cut out the piece of cloth.
Oh, yes. No!
was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the Chief of Police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant! The killer was you! No. I'm not doing that, my throat can't handle it.
You should have gotten rid of him. A good for nothing scum. He's been snooping as usual. Snooping around the apartment trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, you insist on hounding me! Well, the crime wasn't exactly petty. But to risk is the case. Good day to star, think of his Bruce Goodman. This is right. In the next transfer, I'll lose out my own chance to find out the truth. Please, you gotta help me. You can turn him down. As he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. Still give him his ID card and try to take the evidence. Goodwin came to me that day. He wanted to file the lost item report. Went in with the evidence room. And all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. You're talking about Goodman?
Will you please reopen the investigation, Chief? Just for the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered.
He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said,
It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall.
well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it. The cursed knife. I can just pull it out.
Except when it's more blood, making it impossible to hide your crime.
Even so, the blood was just pouring out. Didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. Pouring so much on the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake.
Handprint. Detective Gumshoe's locker.
It's been known as the crime computer. No one has to start somewhere. I guess I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it.
The body in my car?
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. Broke your trunk, what's the big deal? Like a lot more than us detectives ever will.
Leaving prosecution's car aside. How? How could you get Miss Sky involved in all this?
Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out.
You take the evidence from Detective Giddens' locker.
I felt bad having to do. Wasn't enough time to pick and choose what to take.
So, left the jar fragments in the glove.
Yeah. I was better off being investigator of crimes than committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I could have handled them. They did their jobs well, much to my dismay.
The evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination.
You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court?
Me?
Despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring him down when you try to go it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Fudgy. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. Sorry too, dear. I knew you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator, an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Haji. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. I have Raito here, and Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning.
There are two things I want you to understand. Yes. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Garth betrayed you from the beginning. See, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. We'll let our done these past 2 years. From the time I had gone to help me forge evidence up until today.
So, seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered.
I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My. What high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? 2 years from now, this might make it to the top. Oh! I owe my thanks, Mr. Wright. Beautiful smile, Sky. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you.
It was nothing. Liar.
I was worried depression might break you, and yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth.
Stop it! I only did my job. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examination is in for all of us.
Yes, Your Honor?
You're innocent of murder, however. Although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling?
It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of all these heavy chains.
Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Oh, at long last, it's finally over. Emma! My long face! Sorry, sis didn't get completely off the hook. Although she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. It's now after the trial ended. I thought so highly. You too, Miss Edge. You know, I did my best too, but you didn't say a single word to me.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it?
You do this on purpose, don't you? Make a run around while duty. Top it off, you could be here. I've seen happy people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding.
Oh, are you here because of my sister again?
Nope, not this time. I'll go take as you, pal.
Me?
That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone.
Lana! You've been doing this. You're still in arrest, you know.
Oh, I won't tell if you won't.
Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. Hey, 2 years ago. It was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis, I asked God to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now I realise I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. Sis, you're only doing it for me. No. I turned my back on you that day, in hiding what I believed to be the truth. I was deceiving you. I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm sorry. Sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. Happy? course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Oh, Emma. Emma. Oh. No one can change the past. All we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. What must make up for our mistakes, you ask? So doing, find a way back to a rightful path. And it is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. This is what I felt watching those two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe.
Hey?
Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth?
Edgeworth?
Stop hiding, come over here.
Where is he hiding? I just came to say congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Right, well, I'll be going now.
Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't suffer what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you.
It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Only that, I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gun was right. Despise criminals, I feel like you and me were the same. One day you'll understand, oh believe me, well, you're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring you down, which try to go it alone.
Yes, Bucky. The social links? Yeah, I'm trying to form a social link with Edgeworth. Obviously, when you get to his rank 10, you get to do the secret ending.
I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. In order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. It's scary. I've known that to be true for quite some time now.
Edgeworth.
Who knows? Enough time. I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gun did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor.
Edgeworth. Do you understand? Even granting your mentor, Manfred von Karma. We're both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. He said, in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright, and because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Oh, yeah. Is this awkward? Oh, Mr. Wright, show what Lana's talking about. The same mistake I did with Maya.
Edgeworth, my
What? It's the picture I drew. I'll counter-attack again with this. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. Apart, we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. It didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's time for me to go.
Mr. Edgeworth.
You'll excuse me? There's still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor.
Edgeworth, what will you do now?
Well, maybe you just remember. You can let what happened kill the prosecutor, or you can let it help you grow. It's up to you. I know. Seems I owe you my thanks too, right? What I face now is my problem.
Edgeworth.
I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell.
I'd best be going too. Hey, I'll be back to visit soon. You both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this little something for you. Scientific investigation. First book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis, I will. So, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And then we never saw them again. As for me, I think it's time to start on a new journey of my own. I need to rediscover myself.
Well, don't go checking off just yet, pal.
Ah, what is it, Detective?
It's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she's supposed to be out of jail like this.
I thought you said it was okay.
Yeah, well, it might be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story.
Ah!
Basically, I had to bribe a guy and I'll stick her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either.
Ah! He's a good detective. I didn't need a vile side.
Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Wright is the one who'll be footing the bill.
Ah! Ah!
What, if you're going forward with my salary? You got to forgive me, pal.
Ah! 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 Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. What is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream.
Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't we go pay it off together?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Objection!
That was fun. I should have been to my mirror to take care of Emma. I should be pleased sitting under a top corner. A reference to something else? As for me, this affair is pretty much ended. I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. And I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Yippee!
Yikes, I thought I was going for a moment there. You know. Have a look at my unauthorized investigation in the chief's office. If we penalise you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. Just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easy.
On the main entrance, like yeah, I mean, it's about a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. Oh, sure, no. I'm never gonna make detective. Yes, sir. I'm just like that Dick Gumshoe. I'm sure you'll follow his footsteps perfectly. This almost sounds like SMT4 music. I mean, I guess it's in the same, like, era, isn't it? Oh, he's dead. Right. What it looks like. And give Bambina back a smile. Joe Billion again, get water. Reminds me, when's the last time I, like, watered my own plants? It's about a week ago. Like we've seen each other for a while. I will get up with an email on me. The right way lunch. Okay, it tastes the sweetest. Seem to take the ton about theme. Fine, Pontage. Honestly, yeah, story has been incredible. So I have 2 plants, right? One of them is this little ball cactus that has survived because it's a cactus. You know, I've generally forgot to water it for like 2 years straight, and I've been watering again, and it's visibly gotten better. The other plant I have is what I would call a money plant. It's this like it's one of those plants that has these like bluish petals with purple bases, but kind of rounded. Petals, leaves. And off its stem, it has roots that will grow off into a new plant if you let them. And now and again, it does actually have them. I genuinely also did not water that one for 2 years, and it like damn well died. It like drooped over so bad. And then I started watering it this year, and it has come back to life like nothing else. Genuinely, it's like it's standing up straight. Its leaves are all fresh. Hi Maya. Hi Maya. It's got colour. It's been, yeah. It probably would have had like a lot more leaves down its length if I had actually been watering it properly, but well, yeah, no, it kind of just like I think it was given to me from like that one job I got like fired from. Actually, was that it? Or was that the aloe? I think it was the aloe that died. No, wait, no. Oh, I've been getting a lot of free plants from people, haven't I? And yeah, but this thing has like died and come back to life. It's a full-on Lazarus situation here. I'll be honest, I kind of hate it because I think it would have looked a lot better if I had kept watering it and it kept having leaves off its stem. But again, it's just also really hard to look after because it drops its leaves all the time because it kept dying for a while, and it's also constantly trying to spawn its little children, which is taking up space in its plant pot, and I honestly just kind of want to get rid of it, but I don't know how. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. I can't believe it either in this weather. Who would? Yep, in the back of this book. You can't do that, the plant is a family now. Its children keep dying. It does not have a family. Oh my gosh, look at him. Ah! Hold on. No. Man, I might hate cops and all, but you gotta admit it, like, this woman looks damn sharp in her uniform. Damn sharp. Anyway. Yes, thank you. We're done. No more Phoenix Wright. There is no more Phoenix Wright to do. There are no more Phoenix Wright games. Nothing more. Ace Attorney is done. No more. No more. We're going back to Trails. Going back to Trails. I promise. I promise. Alright. Phoenix Wright is dead. Long live Phoenix Wright. Just despise the police is all. Yes, exactly. Her is like an icon. She's like... Yeah. Trails mentioned. Yes. We still haven't finished Trails in Disguise 3rd, but now we should have it running at a good frame rate without blowing up my computer. Knock on wood. And I've run out of excuses. No more of this heatwave nonsense, no more of this playtesting my game nonsense. I have to do it. I will finish Trails. That will be the next game we do. We will finish Trails 3rd. We will have it done. We'll discover the tragic backstory of some teenager. Again, that's all we do in these games. Oh. And then I don't know. I don't know after that. I guess I can just come back to Phoenix, right? For now, I'm gonna go water my plants. I'm gonna play the crossbow set up and game and enjoy it. No! Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see ya when I see ya. Bye!